On today's episode of How to Dream Bigger, we are joined by the former producer, anchor, and reporter for CNBC Africa, along with the host of the online launch of the new Canon R5 and R6 cameras, Michael Mugisha. And he's going to be sitting down with Ed Wiley, who is a former professional NBA basketball player, along with an independent filmmaker. Two very inspiring people that will inspire you and I to go follow our dreams even more than we already are. But without any further ado, here is the first episode of How to Dream Bigger.
Well, Mount Vernon is a small city. It's 4 square miles of like nothing but love. You know, my city is small, but we got like a lot of talent, from athletes to singers to actors, people who write poetry, coaches. I mean, we just have so many movie stars, and we have some household names. So let me just go through a little right quick, if you don't mind.
Right.
We have like Denzel Washington, Stephanie Mills. We have Heavy D, Albie Shore, Pete Rock, C.O. Smooth. We have Coach Tony Ferrantino. We have the Debbie and Felicia Rashard Allen. We have Gus Williams. We have Lowe's Moore, Rodney Scooter McCray, Ben, Ken Singleton. I hope I'm not missing too many people. Then we have our community superstars from like Eddie Robin, the Mob, and those cats that come through, and they do a lot of things for the community. So we branched out, and I want to also we got a shout out to my brother Case too, another cat that comes through and do his thing. So like I said, it's just love. We had a park called 4th Street, and that's where all the community to this day would always get together, because basketball was the heart and soul of Mount Vernon. We had other things going on, but it was the heart and soul of Mount Vernon. Later on in my life, Mom had a beauty salon, and through that, you know, started learning about business and things like that. And just always out in the community, man, grooving, you know, with a lot of even street celeb guys, from Butter to Tootie, Billy Bub, and these guys. I mean, just always gave a lot of cats knowledge, man. So, you know, just a lot of cats, man.
Who are you most close to?
Well, it's my parents, man. So, you know, mom, dad, but through the community, you know, I got a lot of homies, man. I was close to my man, you know, my godbrother, Kevin Skinner. I got my boy Terry Still, I had Tootie. I had cats Big Light. I had a lot of cats on the block, Tim Joyner, Ray Sampson, John McGee, and all these cats, man. I just had you know, it's hard to say who I was close to, because the community was so dope. From the hilltop to 4th Street, the Heights, you know, it's just pure love. It's nothing but love. That's so, you know, I'm one of those cats that everybody loves. So, you know.
Growing up as a black man, what year were you born again?
1967.
1967.
Right.
What was happening in the U.S. at that time?
Well, at that time, you know, we was trying to find our identity. So at that time, we had a lot of communities, and we had the Black Panther Party. We just had like a soulful movement through music with James Brown, through the community, because we kind of at that time knew that we had to take care of ourselves, that we didn't really want no handout. We really wanted just an opportunity, just like anybody else. So it was a revolutionary movement at that time. And I think, you know, we were so strong at that time, man. I mean, things were so natural and powerful. I remember seeing Mom come home with the dope afros. Super dope, you know. Pops with the leathers and all that, man. Just the dress. And then, you know, it was family. It was family. And after that, you know, I just think with the drugs coming in the community and the system trying to break us down, and, you know, even with the African thing, you being a brother from Africa, we just didn't never have, once we get a breakdown, we just never had connections with, we could keep it going. You know, like the Latin cats, they could go to Mexico, keep it going. Italian cats go to Italy, keep it going. But we just didn't. Even Jamaican cats, the American, even though they African, they go to Jamaica, still in. Like I say, but us, you know, we can't even go to Jamaica sometimes. Let it live. We can go there, but I mean, we don't relate to like, that's our ancestors and things like that.
And how did that come into play? Like, how did that become your reality?
Well, you know, you see a lot of things in America. You see, you know, when you grow up, especially my age, I got to see some things, and you just see separation, and you see the education system. You know, there's a whole, see, we got education, we got information, you know, we got things that's hidden and things that, you know, the deep side of things and the knowledge world. So I just think hiding the real knowledge, the connection and the breakdown, and it was a system behind that. Especially for us, it stopped us from connecting, man. It stopped us from connecting with our people. If everybody knew who's the father and mother of our civilization is, which is the black man and the black woman, we would be good, because all our white brothers and sisters and black brothers should be like, that's mom and dad right there, and everything is cool. But since we don't know that, and a lot of people are miseducated, misinformed, we have a lot of this, you know, stuff going on.
Eddie, what is it like waking up today with everything that we see on the news as a black man?
That's tough, bro. I mean, you know, I don't want to curse on it because, you know, I'm kids and people, but shit, that's frustrated. You know, you can't win. And then you see it not just once, you know, you see it so much, man. It's so frustrating, man. And then the most frustrating part, when you got to talk to these politicians, man, they don't want to change things quick, man. They want to BS you, man, send you around. It's like, you dumb, you don't know what's going on. And you see, like, yo, you can't, like for us, and I see if a brother commit a crime, you got all the evidence right there that you need on him, super fast. Where he was at, we got the surveillance cameras, but when it comes to, like, certain people and, like, the police, we got to investigate weeks of weeks, spend money weeks of weeks, financial money that we shouldn't have to use because you got the same thing and he should be able to go to jail just like the next one. So that's frustrating, waking up in the morning and seeing that and just hoping that, you know, your kids don't go through that. Because, you know, me being from New York, I got to see 5 young men at a young age from the Central Park go through that, man. And that's something I wouldn't want none of my friends' kids to go through, none of my kids to go through, because that was hell, bro.
How do you best tell the story that won't just capture more eyeballs, just people to watch it, and when it's done, no one really cares about what it says, but they're like, oh shit, this is what they mean? How do you do that?
I think, you know what, I think that's happening, brother. Like, I think with the youth right now, as you see, like, a lot of things, they're not really going for the okie doke no more. And I think all this started off first is we gotta have a conversation, you know, because a lot of people are hurt, man. You know, we got people hurt in families, man, settings. We got people hurt, you know, they unjust justice out here, man. People, you know, getting murdered and things like that. So once we have this conversation and break down the conversation, and then we go to the what's next after that. After that conversation, we sit down and we start talking about some real things like changing some of these laws, man, changing some of this forced stuff, the education part. We start telling the truth. Like, we faked you out on this. Your mother and father really was the ones getting you them gifts at Christmas, not Santa Claus, not no fat dude coming down your chimney and all that. Start telling the kids the truth like that. Stop telling the kids that, you know, this lady came in your room and wanted your rotten teeth and she was the fairy godmother. Nah, man, your mother got that rotten tooth and threw it in the trash and put some dough up under your pillow. So we can stop playing little games like that and we start playing some real games and letting them know where we come from. You know, the education, start understanding, just like some of these statues nowadays where people are coming out that that's not kind of cool. If this dude was a slave owner, if this dude killed some, and it's not cool. We shouldn't glorify nobody like that. Till the truth come, and once we get the truth, then we bring the money. We go get the reparations, bring the bread, so now nobody got to be haters no more. Everybody's getting broke off. Everybody's getting their money. Everybody can go live where they want to live and things like that. So that's what we got to do. We can't be over like, what's next? What's next? First have the conversation before what's next, and then educate. And then get that money, man. Put that money where your mouth is, man. And then let everybody out here kind of do their thing. And then we can move on to the spiritual realm, because now mentally and physically we starting to repay ourselves, and then, you know, things like that. That is, you know, the village with the child, man. Yeah.
Right. One of the things that are being talked about regularly in the media today is police brutality.
Yes.
You know, and we can talk about this for the rest of the day, and
wickedness, man, wickedness.
And we might still not have answers for it, but
we got answers. We got answers. Excuse me, not to cut you, but we got answers. My mother always used to tell me, "You don't get paid to think; you get paid to know." So I'm gonna put my dough on this. Dixiecrats, the Republicans, those are political parties. They don't invite us to come to none of their parties to get our boogie on. So we got to get our own party and play the music we like to hear, because no matter who we vote for on this side or that side, they both had a dirty hand in history. Even though the black man in history was the Republican man, that was his party. But the Dixiecrats came along and changed all of their wickedness, and now you got the Republicans doing their wickedness. So until we find our own music to dance to, they might be the independent party, but I'm not too cool with those cats either. We get our own party and see the music we want to dance to, the food we want to eat, the places we want to live, and the laws that we think is going to be fair and justable to all, then we can party, brother. Until then, we don't get no VIP treatment, and everybody get in, and we're going to be outside the club, be like, yo, Dixiecrats, Republican, can we party? Can we get in? So, that's the answer to that. So I just feel, it's a corny system, because when we bring our demos, we don't get our music played. So, yeah.
November is just around the corner, and the elections are coming up.
Right.
But what I want to ask is, politicians are always going to lie. But how do the people weigh out these lies?
Well, politics, a.k.a. the politricks. So, only way we can really see what's going on. I get where a lot of people say you got to vote, you got to pick somebody.
Right.
And that's your right. And you also have a right not to vote at all, because if this person ain't going to help me and that person ain't going to help me, then I don't want to vote for none of these people. So I just think when it gets to that level, we got to start trying to position some good people. I don't care what's their skin tone or whatever. As long as they're good people, they good for everyone. We're going to start positioning some of these good people into politics, man, and get away from these politics, because we got so many earmarks and so many of these cats got their hands into selling their stuff, and they own some of these politicians. So until we move away from the games, it's going to only be the real move for real movement, because this is an old system in place. And we all know, man, you do for this city and state, don't worry, I will make sure that good old boy joint, I will make sure you be there for 5 or 6 more years. Even though you 80 years old and you ain't getting out to the community seeing nobody, you could barely breathe. But we just want to keep you there, because we want to keep those documents, we want to keep those laws, we want to keep those rules, we want to keep that in place. So until we get those cats out the way, the old boy school system, and the same way with the police station, then we can do some real reform. Defunding the police station, that's cool if you're going to really put the money into the right places, man. The kids nowadays ain't got nowhere to go, man. No boys clubs, no YMCA. So if you're going to take the money there, then take the money, and then also give the money into some great little lawyer programs that they can really fight for these cats and really probably do some things as far as surveillance on these dirty cops out here, and maybe help the cops that's going through stress, that's trying to go to the police station and say, yo, I got one right here, here's a dirty one. But if he breaks the code blue, something might go on, something might happen to him. So you need maybe that defunding to help these cops so they don't have to worry about the rest of the cops going against them and threats on their families and their kids. And maybe, bring back some PALs, man, some boys clubs, man, fix up some of these parks and all that. Kids ain't got nothing to do, man. But I also know on the other flip side of politics, it's a lot of money in the prison game, brother. It's a lot of money. So sometimes they ain't trying to fix the problem, you know what I mean?